If you are struggling with your housekeeping, I want you to know that you are in the right place. And I have the perfect method for you. It's the Lady of the House method. And it's really a method that you can tailor to you and your home. And so today's focus, the daily focus, is the bathrooms, with it being Tuesday. Now, I don't want you to get so hung up on the specific days that I say for different things. If you need basically a starting point for this, then I think that it would be great for you to go along with the same days that I have for specific things. However, if another day works better for you, to say, clean your bedroom, clean your bathroom, all of those things, feel free to put it on whatever day. The whole point is that you revisit these spaces every single week, and nothing gets backed up because you are giving these spaces the attention that they need, and really only the attention that they need, because as the lady of the house, you are able to determine, okay, I really have to focus on my counters every single week because they just get so bad. But some won't need to do that because maybe every day they're kind of cleaning the countertops, right? So it's really up to the lady of the house, and especially what season she's in, as far as what kind of things she needs to focus on. If you have children, you might be doing a little bit more than maybe someone who is just living alone, or someone who is married and they don't have children. It really depends. And so that's why I like to focus on one space a day, just do a true focus on that space. And that's the day that I would do some kind of deep cleaning task. And the great thing about this is that you are dealing with these spaces in bite-sized pieces, so it never gets to be overwhelming. You don't have to feel like you have to clean the whole house all at once. And I've done all of that, and you know, I'm able to clean a house all at once, but I don't know, it just can become overwhelming, especially at different times. And I have 4 kids, so I just know the different seasons that I've been through, and I feel like different things have worked at different times. But I would say that this really works anytime. This method that I have come up with really works anytime. But let's just focus on the bathrooms. And I'm going to share something with you that I have found to be so helpful. I found it helpful in the house that I came from, and I really find it helpful in how we've doubled the amount of square footage that we had from the other house when we came here. And so what I want you to take away from this is just how you can tailor these things for you and your specific home that you are living in, and that this method works regardless of the square footage. So what I really like to do, I wouldn't say that this is within the method, but this is something that I'm doing because I don't want to clean all the bathrooms on Tuesday. I just don't. I don't want to do that. I do enlist the help of my daughters to clean their bathrooms. Are their bathrooms to my standards? Of course not. Okay? They're just not. But I also don't want to go behind them like a drill sergeant. So this is what I do. Okay? I like to focus on a specific bathroom once a week. And on that day, on Tuesday, I will take a shower in another bathroom. And it's becoming something that I actually look forward to because I get to be in that space. When I leave that bathroom, it is just spick and span, and I just love it. And I know that, okay, at least once within the month, this bathroom has gotten the kind of cleaning that it really needs. And so I just bring my, my little bag of stuff that I need and some cleaning supplies with me. And I just find that this is helpful because I'm not worrying about the clothes that I'm wearing, those getting messy, anything like that, especially when I'm talking about the shower. Excuse me. the shower, the bathtub. I can do a thorough deep clean of that space, and then I know that I'll come back to it another week, right? Some other week that I'm going to be focusing on that bathroom. So today I focused on the guest bathroom, and we've been having so many guests recently. And while I do a nice, once over on the bathroom, I don't necessarily get into the shower and everything before everybody comes. So that was something that I did today, of course, as shower, and then do a thorough deep cleaning of that space. And we have like this no slip grip bottom plastic pad thing on there that I actually lifted up and did all this scrubbing and everything that needed to be done. So that is just an idea. Say you have multiple bathrooms that you need to focus on, but you don't want to spend hours and hours doing that on a Tuesday, okay? I understand, and I wouldn't say that you would need to do that. Now, the bathrooms that I focus on, no matter what, every single week, I like to clean my bathroom, of course, and then I also like to clean the powder room. But just, we don't always have guests, and so the guest bathroom definitely doesn't need as much attention as, say, the girls' bathrooms do, or the powder room, or our bathroom does. And so it's really one of those things that you put on a cycle of what you would do. And when it comes to the everyday tasks, which is part of the Lady of the House method, and I'm touching on those on another later on in the week, each week as I'm sharing this series with you. When it comes to the everyday tasks, one of those things is laundering a load. And so what I've done, if you watched last week's video when it came to bedrooms, is that I like to pair things up. So with bedrooms, the laundry that I focus on is the bedding. With bathrooms on Tuesday, the load of laundry that I launder would be towels and washcloths and things like that. So come Tuesday, I just grab all my towels and I do a load. And then by, within a couple of hours, they're done, they're ready, and it just makes it so easy. Now, I also like to have an extra set of towels for each person. So that's just me. Some people just have a towel per person, but I personally like to have multiple, and I also like to have multiple towels for my guests as well. So just making sure that I do a load of towels on Tuesdays is really easy to remember. And then I also just refresh all the towels as well because I already have clean towels ready. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today, because this is a space that I know may not get the kind of attention that it needs, or you may feel overwhelmed when it comes to that. I also like to use this time to empty out any of the trash. Within my method, I have, of course, a list of things that one could focus on in each of those spaces. But it, again, is really tailored to the Lady of the House, because you know your house, you know what kind of things need attention, you know what kind of things you have within that space. Not everyone has a light fixture, for instance, in their bathroom. So while I have those suggestions within, the list of things that you could focus on, and I wouldn't even say focus on that whole entire list every single week. Just pick one or two things to do, because you're coming back to that space every week anyway. Now, I feel that there are things that you would want to do no matter what. You would want to clean the toilet, you would want to clean your countertops and your sink, but are you always going to be wiping down the cabinets, for instance? Probably not. Are you always going to be wiping down the baseboards or, the windows, things like that? No. But this is your time to maybe just pick one thing and focus on that day. And then next week you'll focus on something else in addition to the things that you like to cover every single week. So I really hope that you find this helpful and that, you know, it simplifies things for you, and also it makes it to where you don't feel like you have to do so much on that given day. Like if you space out the different bathrooms that you would be focusing on. Just an example and a little suggestion. So anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one.
Welcome to Inspired by Nikki. Today, forced labor. Welcome to Inspired by Nikki. On today's episode, hanging wall art. Hoping my measurements aren't wrong. Because then you have Swiss cheese walls.
What? What is that?
This is an anchor, drywall anchor. This is why things don't fall off the wall. I haven't had anything fall off the wall since 2004.
What happened in 2004?
That's when I went into the garage shelf fell.
Did you use anchors?
I think I might have overloaded that shelf. Moment of truth.
This dog is so scary.
She's not scared.
Oh my gosh, get your dog off.
What did you say, Aria?
I said get your dog. Measurements look wrong. Why does that look so
Those are the big bucks. And by
Does
big
she?
bucks, I mean $0. She rewards me another